Yeah, obviously, I had some niggling back injuries over the last few months, dating back to really October, September. Just started bothering me on and off, and just got to a point where I couldn't really put in as much practice I would have liked to be competitive on tour, and just took the hard decision to try and get some treatment on it and take some rest to make sure it gets better, and so I can come back healthy and strong. And against such quality golf these days and such quality players, if you're a little bit injured, you're just not going to have any chance. So it's a tough decision. It's not fun to be out, to be injured, but you try and make the most of it, and hopefully I'll be back shortly. Yeah, probably back in October, September. Started having a few issues, and really having my physio work on me a lot more than he usually would, and managed it pretty well for a little bit, but it just, unfortunately, the more I practiced, the more I hit balls, the worse it got. And there was a time, especially around Bay Hill, Tampa weeks, it was really hurting me quite a lot. And it's just, as golf is, as we all know, is tough enough as it is, but with having thoughts about your injury in the background rather than the kind of shot you're trying to hit, that makes it very, very difficult. Both. Yeah, I was just advised by a lot of the people around me to, take it more easy on off weeks to try and, recover. And after a week playing and playing 5 rounds and walking and all that distance, it would flare up, and then, I'd have a week off and try and recover, so I wouldn't practice as much on my off weeks as I like to. So it's just a vicious circle. You can't practice hard enough, then you feel a little bit less prepared, and then when you go play a tournament, you're not feeling very good either. So the more you practice and the more you play, it just gets worse and worse. It would have been my last round at Hilton Head, so sometime in April, maybe 5-6 weeks ago. Well, I had a wrist surgery in 2008, and I obviously came back really strong after that. I think you got to try and find positive in anything. It's not fun to be at home and kind of twiddling your thumbs, and I'd rather be out there competing against some of my peers and friends. But sometimes a break can be good. I think you can clean the slate clean a little bit, mentally recharge, physically recharge, obviously get back physically fit and come back stronger. So I'm kind of see it as a positive that once my back is back to full health, I can go back and start playing the golf that I know I can play. Well, there's obviously been points in the last 5 or 6 weeks where you get a bit down. You see the guys on TV and you wish you were out there, and my wife picks that up pretty quickly and sees that I'm not feeling a little bit down and would like to be out there, and she just kind of reminds me that whenever you read a book or watch a movie, it's never good the whole way through. There's always ups and downs, and that's just kind of part of the story. So, hopefully this is one part of the story that's a little bit of a downer, a little bit more depressing, but it will lead to something more positive and better. I've never watched a lot of golf on TV, but I will watch a little bit. You do miss it. You miss the game, and I think that's obviously a positive too. I've been out here 17 seasons. Some guys would say, well, you got your back injury, you've done really well, you've made enough money, why don't you just retire and go into the sunset? But that's not me. I still love competing, so watching a little bit of golf and seeing the guys under pressure compete, that kind of gets the juices flowing. So I watch a little bit. I watch the players, that was fun. And obviously this week at Wentworth, I'll be watching from a different standpoint. No, I think I'm just following, see how people do under pressure, and just see how their mannerisms and how they change, learning from that, and just looking at courses. I'm very much into golf architecture, so I enjoyed watching a little bits of last week at Trinity Forest in the US, which is kind of core Crenshaw, very open design, sort of a modern, old school design in a way. So looking at stuff like that, because down the road I'd like to get into that side of the business too. Well, I think it would be based on some of the greats from the golden era of architecture, the 1920s. The Colts and the Mackenzies and those guys. I think they kind of figured it out. Not my golf courses wouldn't be just about score. I think it'd be more about having fun, trying to get people to really enjoy the game through fun architecture. Yeah, I think a little bit more generous off the tee. You know, more of a strategy into the greens. You know, I think greens that have some slope, some interest. You know, but courses that demand a lot of strategy and that change day to day depending on the conditions.